Everybody asking about how was Iraq? Like, man, you want to know how it was in Iraq? Listen to Military Minded too. Yeah, man. I'm telling all the war stories on that. Yeah, man. Everything I went through, how I felt, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
My name Cam Gotti, and I'm on Before the Buzz. Well, really, they used to call me Killer Cam. Like first I get a lot of questions about that. Like they'd be like, "Why your Instagram 1KillerCam7, but your rap name Cam Gotti?" Killer Cam been my nickname since a little boy. Like my people been calling me Killer. They be like Killer Cam in the Dipset. So like when I got it always stuck with me, Killer Cam. So you know, I changed my Instagram. I made my Instagram like 1KillerCam7, you hear me? But I'm from P-Town, you hear me? The money side of the 17, you hear me? I be having to clarify that shit because a lot of people, they be like, "Oh, you from the 17, you from Highland Grove." No, I'm not from Highland Grove, no disrespect, but I'm from P-Town, you hear me? And
right, so let's talk about a little bit about P-Town. Growing up in P-Town, what was it like? And let's talk about some of the differences. Like, a lot of people don't really get to know about P-Town because, you know, it wasn't as sensationalized as Hollywood, you feel me? So let's talk about that a little bit.
I ain't even gonna lie, like, to me, like, and I ain't always stayed there. Like, I done stayed a couple different places, so like, I didn't seen it like change, you hear me? Like, I seen when it was good, I seen when it was bad, you know what I'm saying? But like, nowadays, it's not like how it was back in like 17, 16, like, but way before, like, that's like, what I remember that shit, cause like, I was actually like, going around to the store, like, 2 streets back, you hear me? Like, my people, they ain't used to want to let me go to that store, you hear me? Because everybody was getting killed there, you hear me? I could only go to the one on my street, you hear me? But like around that time, like 16, 17, you hear me? I started getting out more and, you know, moving around more, and then like that shit, like they ain't want me doing that shit, you hear me? But now it's like, it's chill.
Right, it's definitely. So musically, you feel me? What was some of your early music influences, you know, in hip hop and genre?
When I was younger, I used to be listening to Pop, you hear me? Wayne, Slim, you hear me? Eminem. You know, like I used to listen to a lot of music, like a lot of different music artists from like a lot of different genres. So like, I can't say an influence, like who's inspired me to rap, but I could tell you like how I rap now, my sound, like who influenced me, Pop, Slim, and BTY Youngin, you hear me? That's like my, you hear me? When I get in the booth, you hear me? I'm about to make a song, either I'm about to, you hear me, stunt like Youngin, you hear me? I'm gonna get on some soldier shit like Slim, you hear me? Or I'm gonna get on some deep shit like Pac, you hear me? Like I don't
step outside those lanes too.
Like, I don't generalize myself. Like, I'm not just like, oh, this is me. Nah, you gonna get whatever. However I feel, I'm putting that on the track, you hear me? So one song, I could be talking all the shit in the world, you hear me? And then the next song, I tell you some real shit, you hear me? You like, damn, like, how you just gonna switch like that? Cause all that shit real. Like, that's what I go through, that's what I do, you know what I'm saying? So music, that's my outlet to where I could just, like, however I feel, I put it on my track, you hear me? Like, everybody asking about, how was Iraq? Like, man, you want to know how it was in Iraq? Listen to Military Minded too, you hear me? I'm telling all the war stories on that, you hear me? Everything I went through, how I felt, all that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
Music is that's how, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. So let's talk about that, because, you know, your brand is pretty much, you know, music and military, you feel me? And New Orleans has a history for those two brands colliding. You know, Mystical, he served. There's a few of them had served in the actual military. C Murder had served, you feel what I'm saying? So let's talk about your military career. What made you even decide to go that route, and how that helped you grow into the person you are today?
I joined for music, you hear me? Like, I joined so I could have the money for myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made that, like, I've been rapping, you hear me, since a little boy, but like, I know for sure my first song I recorded, I was 17, you hear me? I recorded my first song, shot my first video, you hear me? And that's like why I joined, you know what I'm saying? Like, part of it was school, then I'm going through it with school right now, but you know what I'm saying? Music, that was like, yeah,
Right, definitely. So, you say you recorded when you were 17. When did you enlist? And tell me a little bit about the experience being, for people that probably may think about doing it. It's like, how was it just going through the whole process?
I enlisted when I was 17. I enlisted November 17.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, I went to basic May of 18. I mean, it depends on you as a person, like who you are, how you react to things, and what side of the army you go on. And it's multiple sides of the army. Like, you got combat arms, you got support, you got officer, enlisted, you know what I'm saying? It's all about who you are as a person and what would be your best niche, you know what I'm saying? Because I could come in and go combat arms and be good, but you might come in combat arms and you don't like it. Like, you don't like being in the field, you don't like rucking, you know what I'm saying? So it's all on you as a person, but it's buku jobs in the army. Like, everybody be thinking the army just kill. Nah, it's buku jobs. Yeah, man.
So give me one of your stories. Probably one of them that you talked about in projects. What's a war story, man?
War story? I got you. Let me see. I don't want to get too.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. All right. I can tell you about the first time we got attacked. It was a butt after I got that January 10th. This happened on like February 12th or February 13th. All right, so you hear me. My job is a fire support specialist. So basically, I call for fire on the enemy. You know what I'm saying? But for the deployment, my role was reversed. I was on the other side watching for people.
That's fire.
Yes. This is not my job. I told you, I'm on the other side. I'm the one that shoot. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta be on the other side of it. But anyway, so I just made rank. You hear me? I had just made my E5, my sergeant, like in December. This is February. It was one person that was over my section chief, whatever. I ain't call him that, but that's what we call him. But my section chief, he E6, he had went to Syria because they was short a radar person. So now I'm in charge because I'm the only E5. It was two E4s and E2. That's two specialists in a private, you hear me? So me, the new E5, two E4s and the E2, you hear me? So it's me and the E2 on shift. This is night shift, you hear me? So the guys, we had replacing people, so the guys before us, they telling us like, yeah, we got hit in like September, but it wasn't really about nothing, and it'd be quiet around here, because nobody, I was in Erbil, Iraq, you hear me? I think that's like a little bit, it's under Baghdad, it's northern Iraq, but I was in Erbil. Nobody knew about Erbil, you hear me? Because they had other bases, but nobody knew about Erbil.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So we get there, we like, all right, it's gonna be cool. Sweet. So long story short, we sitting on shift, I'm chilling. I'm like watching the screen, but then I'm chilling. You hear me? I'm chilling. Like, I'm watching the screen, I'm making sure everything going, and then all I hear is like, boom, whoosh. And I'm like, hold up. I know that because like I said, I called for fire, so I know what artillery sound like. So I hit a boom, whoosh. I'm like, yo, I know we just get hit. I tap my soldier. I'm like, say, we just got hit. He had F on it. He take it out. Boom, whoosh, it hit again. I'm like, damn, that's artillery. I'm like, what do we do? Because like I said, we on the radar, but I'm like, do I go outside in the bunker? Do I stay in? I'm like, you E5, make a decision. I'm like, fuck it, we going to the bunker. All right, so we done went outside, they still whoosh, whoosh, they was hitting our shit. And then we walked in there, I'm like, hold up, I left my jewels. I fucking went back into the shack, got my jewels, I came back out, they was still shooting, still boosh, boosh. I done went back inside, got my kit on finally. Then I went back outside, then I come back inside the whole time just to find out I wasn't even supposed to leave because I'm on the radar, so I'm supposed to be telling them where it's coming from, so I can't leave. But the thing was, the people before us, they didn't have it set to a certain mode to do something, and
yeah, right.
I don't want to say too much, you hear me, but Ah, shit, I probably already done said too much fuck.
Let me know what you said that was too much. Yeah. I didn't play the script. I'm definitely go piece through it. I'm gonna see that clip and you can see what, you know.
Yeah.
That shit was a good answer.
Yeah, but nah, that was the first time we got attacked, you hear me?
That shit crazy. So how
First
does,
time.
military shape you as a man, like as far as you growing and maturity and stuff like that?
I had father figures, you hear me, but I ain't just never like been under like just one man who like just like, you know, I could just like, yeah, that's him. Like I had like multiple, you hear me? So like I was like slacking in discipline in certain areas and like I ain't know what I wanted to do with myself. Cause like, you hear me? I ain't no street cat, you hear me? Like I wasn't in the streets, but I wasn't no all the way goody two shoes, you know what I'm saying? In school, I was just, I was regular, you hear me? And I ain't know what I was about to do with myself, so I'm like, shit, I'm trying to do the music. I ain't got no money. My mama, she on my phone, she like, yeah, what you gonna do about school? You know you going to college? How you gonna pay for it? I'm like, I thought you said you was gonna help me. She like, I spent that on my tea or something. I'm like, what? She like, what about, cause I had wanted to join the Guard my junior year, but my mama was like, no, cause Trump had got in office and shit. She was like, no, you not done it, But then the next shit, she like, how you gonna pay for school? I'm like, I thought you got some money. She like, I spent that. She like, what about the National Guard? I'm like, all right. And then my goddaddy, he was like, yeah, do that. Cause he ain't want me to, you know what I'm saying, mess up either. So, you know what I'm saying.
All for the grind though. So, all right, in closing, what is some advice that you would have for independent artists that's doing it, might not have the money, might not have the resources to do what they gotta do? What you would tell them to get started on?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Whatever you gotta do to get the money, bruh. Like, I ain't gonna say whatever you gotta do. Don't do no flunking, but you know what I'm saying? Like, man, don't what they say, like, about pride, like, don't have too much pride, you hear me? Don't be like, oh, I'm too good to do this for I ain't gonna go work at McDonald's. Like, if that's what you really want to do, you're like, a lot of people, they be thinking like, oh, I'm gonna just record one song and it's gonna pop.
Right.
And like, they do it and then it don't happen. And it's like, you hear me? Because that done been me too, you hear me? And it's like, we see people do that and then we just like, oh yeah, it's gonna work for me too, because I know this song is fire. But like, nigga, it's like 7 fucking billion people on the planet Earth. Like, nigga, like, that shit be, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta have money in this shit. Like, you gotta have money. So don't let your pride, like, put your pride to the side and get to a fucking bag. Like, no matter if you Uber Eats and work at Walmart, fucking plant, whatever, truck drop, whatever, get that bag, and then once you get a bag, budget. Like, even if you don't budget, line up all your expenses. Like, calculate and know how much you gotta spend towards certain things, because whenever you do start doing it and you just spending that money and you not keeping track, like, oh, I spent this and that, your money will go. And then you be like, damn, where my money went? And then you look back, you like, oh, I spent it on this. But you gotta pay the plate, you hear me? So, yeah, and make sure you lining all that up. Get notes, lists, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you,
let them know where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram at 1killercam7. I ain't got no Snapchat, homie. I do got Snap, I ain't got my Snap. Twitter, I ain't got no Twitter. Music, you can find me on all streaming platforms, Cam Gotti. You can find me on Instagram at 1killercam7 and music on all streaming platforms, Cam Gotti.